It says that we are on. I'm going to hit the record here. Robert, can you tell me when we are live?
You are live.
Okay, I'm recording now. So I'm going to do a separate recording this morning because I want to let you all know that my whenyouneedafriend.com that's been up and running 2 years after I started the classroom as a side little hobby. It is down. So is the McDermott Holistic Healing Foundation. So I need for you guys to be vigilant. This is a much greater thing. I know that we're distracted with the coronavirus, distracted about wearing masks or not wearing masks, distracted about testing, distracted while all these things are happening. So my website, whenyouneedafriend.com, was hacked to the point where it looks like so many people wanted to see and listen, and we're hitting my you hit the site. So many people did that, or maliciously did that the site went down. So GoDaddy is in the process of taking out all these they're called hits, external hits on my site. There's so much that here we are. Was it been 12 hours later, Robert? 12 hours later,
Yes.
I spent 2 hours. They kept telling me that there was nothing wrong with my site, that everybody could see my site. Thank you to Myrna, who went on and checked to see that she didn't have it. My Brooke didn't have my site. Nobody could pull up my site, but according to my GoDaddy, everybody could see my site. So obviously, make sure you're vigilant. Things are happening. Rebecca, you had said that you're experiencing some things as well.
Yes, personal and business bank cards were hacked over the past 2 weeks.
Yes. So there's something going on. Please be vigilant. I just want to share this with you because you need to know that this is happening right now. And so this is why we need to subscribe to BitChute. BitChute, whenyouneedafriend.com. Subscribe when you can. I know it's down right now, but at least you would have had another place to listen to instructions. I am going to upload this into BitChute, YouTube, Facebook, and obviously we still are on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm very grateful to that. But please be vigilant. Please know that this is more than a virus. And when the president calls it an invisible enemy, I truly believe we need to be vigilant and read everything, verify everything that you hear, even if it's on your side or not on your side, so to speak. So I just wanted to start this. I don't want to damper our fun anniversary gathering and all that with Keep Me Safe Organics, but I do want to let you know, whom I love very, very much, what's going on right now. So with that in mind, I'm going to stop this recording because we need to shift, and we're going to shift great and grandly. So let me stop the recording. Okay. And for those of you, let me just get all the real quick. Let me make sure that we can. Oh, I don't see Robert on my page. So let me.
You don't see what?
I don't see me on live.
Yeah, you're live on Facebook and YouTube
okay,
right
here
now.
we are. Okay. So I see we have teachers' pets in the classroom. I love the teachers' pets. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am going to start the recording. Please do your part to help grow this classroom. Tag somebody, share this with somebody, or with your whole entire group. We have got to get educated. We've got to learn the real science, not just the I want to look good science or I believe in Santa Claus science. So this is something that we have got to unite. I am starting, and I don't know if you ladies want to be a part of this. I am starting a group, a separate group that has nothing to do with the Lillian McDermott radio show classroom, that is called I Am 99. I am part of the 99%, not the 1% that is making all these decisions for us. And so if we are divided and arguing with one another, then we are weakened as the 99%. We're so divided, 5% here, 3% there, 20% here, 50% there. We have got to unite so that we together can tell the 1% that we've read the science, we know what's going on, not here, not now. And so with that in mind, I'm done with my rant because it's been, I guess I'm getting it out last night after spending 2 hours with GoDaddy, letting them know that there was something else going on, because if they could see me and nobody else could see me, there was something else going on. Okay, done. Shift. I'm going to shift. Okay, so I am going to hit the record again and we're going to get started. This is for our podcast. And so I guess, Robert, because all we need to do is start the music and dance, because dancing solves all our problems. Here we go. Woo! Let's do it.
The Lillian McDermott Show.
We love, we fear, bridges we burn, we make mistakes, then we live and learn. When life gets tough, and it seems like your best ain't good enough. If you're in need of hope, you know where I'll be right here. Right here, and when you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
This is the place you can always turn to when you need a friend. The Lillian McDermott Show. To reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web at whenyouneedafriend.com. Now let's all learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening and my viewing friends. It's so nice we can meet each other on the air on this beautiful, best day ever. And for those of you who are new to the Lillian McDermott radio show / classroom, and this is the first time that you have visited the classroom, please know I've been waiting for you. This is a safe place where you can go to when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal. I'm getting so emotional because this is what it's about. It's about being there for one another. It's about helping them see that there's chemicals in our cleansers and chemicals in our makeup. And there's so much going on in this world that we don't know. So I want all of us to take a stand and say, not my body, not today, not ever. And that's why I love Keep Me Safe Organics, because I have seen so much change in my life because of this organization, because they took a stand. They said, not going to get sick as a person that's in the beauty industry. I am seeing women get cancer because their hands are in chemicals all day long. We're putting it all over our body. It's time to stop the insanity. Well, got that out. Okay. So today we are going to celebrate that we have a choice. We can choose what we want in our life. And what we are choosing is to be chemical free, GMO free. We are choosing to have all organic. We are choosing that, and it's affordable and long lasting. And my skin is beautiful and radiant because I made the choice. So today we're asking you to make a choice. We're asking you to go from this cocoon of a caterpillar, fearful, and emerge a butterfly. And we are going to declare it. On June 8th, we're coming together with these beautiful boss babes, Kelli Bono, Rebecca Black, the founders of Keep Me Safe Organics, and we're going to celebrate choice. We're going to choose to love ourselves, to love our bodies, and stop locking all these chemicals underneath the sink and then pouring them all over our bodies with all the junk that's out there. Mm-hmm. The commitment that these two women have made of nothing synthetic, all organic, as much organic as you can label organic, because there's certain things that are naturally occurring that do not get labeled organic. And with that in mind, I want you to mark your calendar, June 8th. We're going to have a virtual family makeover, and all of you are going to get some wonderful products. You get a product. Everybody, show them, Kelli, what people get. So you guys need to declare it, claim it, and everybody who texts me at 407-373-5959 will get a nice goodie bag that has a cleanser, it has the mud, it has a lip balm. What else does it have, Kelli? Uh-oh, she is muted herself.
Listen, so I'll take over there.
Take over, Rebecca. There you go. You're muted, Kelli.
Okay. So Kelli, what we have in there is we have a sample of an eyeshadow. These are what we call little sample beauty bags, and we are going to be giving these out to your audience today. And inside, Kelli is going to show the. Yep. Oh, look! I heard audio. We have cleanser. We have moisturizer. We have a lip balm. A random lip balm will be thrown in there.
Because every woman in the world needs a great lip balm.
Absolutely. And let me just say, since it is our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I am so grateful that Rebecca Black and Kelli Bono are here to do just that. I apologize, lady, for getting emotional. It's been a roller coaster ride.
Lillian, please don't ever apologize for your passion, girl. I hear so much passion in you, and it gets me fired up because that's why we were created. My father passed away of cancer. Rebecca has many good friends that passed away of cancer, and we are taking a stand and saying no more. So don't ever apologize for that passion, girl. That passion fired me up. I know it fired Rebecca up, and it's kind of like we need sometimes somebody to say no more. Girlfriend, you're like the William Wallace and Braveheart towards this, and I love it.
Hashtag I am 99. Hashtag I am 99. That is what I would like to create. Who is with me? Who wants to join me? I know Keep Me Safe Organics is part of the 99%.
Yes.
And we are united, and we are doing great things. And Rebecca, share a little bit about your passion, and Kelli shared a little bit about her father and her story and where her passion came from. These things happen to us so that we reignite truth. And so what happened to you as well?
So I'm a professional behind the chair, doing clients' hair, shampoo, color, styling products, making makeup recommendations. And like, for me, I just really didn't understand why some of my colleagues and some of my clients were just being diagnosed with really rare, really aggressive forms of cancer, that there was no family history. There's no known environmental. And so it's like, what is causing this? And so once I realized how loose our regulations are here in the United States as far as ingredients and what they'll allow in all of your personal care products, it is astounding. And they won't allow over 1,300 ingredients or chemicals are regulated in the European nations, whereas in the United States, we only have about 30. So we've made some headway, but we're definitely not there yet. But I am thankful for the stricter ingredient regulations, because what happens is, and I even went, before this pandemic struck, I was in a store, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pick the prettiest bottle of shampoo. I'm not even going to look at the ingredients. I'm just going to pick the prettiest bottle of shampoo, and then I'm going to read it whenever I get home. So I picked this beautiful orange bottle, and I did it because I wanted to be like a normal consumer who wouldn't stop and read the ingredient label. And I forgot to bring it right here with me, but in the ingredient list, the word formaldehyde is in there. Mm-hmm. It's in the ingredient list. And this is a major brand. I don't want to throw the brand name out there, but this is a major brand. This is in your salons. This is in your stores. This is a major brand, and the word formaldehyde is on the ingredient list. And formaldehyde is what they use to preserve dead bodies.
right.
The
That's
FDA
right.
says, oh, you can have that as long as it's in really small amounts. Well, it was at least a large enough amount that it had to be individually called out on the ingredient list. And that is why I wanted to be part of the change that I wanted to see. I didn't want to expose my clients and their families to one more thing that may possibly be leading or contributing to these aggressive and rare forms of cancer. I didn't want to be part of what could be making them sick. And so I just kind of made a stand to start looking for cleaner, safer alternatives for not only myself, but for my clients too. And you know, I'm burning the candle at both ends, and you really aren't able to leverage your time quite as well as you want to. You're going in, you're making great money, but what you have to sell as options is not so amazing. And so whenever we couldn't find amazing options that worked as well as I wanted them to, that's where Keep Me Safe was born, and the commitment to the ingredients that we choose, the commitment to the purity of the products that we produce. That's where it was born.
Yes. And it is. And I remember my first conversation with Rebecca, I'm very skeptical. I've tried expensive organic beauty products because I was beginning this journey back in 2015, 2014, 2015. Oh my God. Then in 2015, we had so many people die of cancer. And, I started doing some research and found Dr. Lorraine Day and started doing more research, founded the foundation. The McDermott Holistic Healing Foundation wants to pay and help pay for treatments, but everybody wants to donate to regular, chemotherapy, radiation that has been proven not to be as effective as if your body, give your body what it needs. And nobody needs chemotherapy. Nobody needs radiation in the body. We need vitamin C, we need vitamin D, we need all these. And I know that, our body, if given it what it needs, will absolutely begin to heal itself, because we were created perfectly by our creator. We were. And anyone to make us believe that we need formaldehyde, which is an embalming agent, a preservative, like you said, which is also, by the way, in vaccines. And so there's so many different things that we just need to wake up to. And when I remember talking to Rebecca back 2 years ago, was it Rebecca? And I said,
yeah,
has it been 2 years?
3.
Really? Oh, I know that you guys had been open a couple of years. And so when I was told by my daughter-in-law, Misty, about you guys, I thought, okay, well, let me take a look at it. And I was really tough with you, Rebecca. I said, I'm not making you any promises. I want you to give me your products. And you gave me 4 days worth or 5 days worth of product. And I remember on the 4th day, I called you and I said, I'm in. My makeup wasn't wearing out. I hate hugging somebody and it's like the shroud of Turin. It's like you see your image and you go, oh, I'm so sorry.
On them.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Somebody else must have done this for you, And so it stays on all day. I'm confident that if I put on my makeup or my cleansers and do all that stuff in the morning, 7 o'clock at night, if I have a meeting or anything to that effect, that it is what it is, and it's good enough. So this is what I want all of you. Look at your calendars. June 8th, Monday. We were supposed to do it today, by the way, but people didn't get my email. Not everybody got my email. So we had a few people RSVP, but in talking to Kelli and talking to Rebecca, we made it bigger. It is bigger and badder. So all of you who from this point on watch this video until June 8th, because we got to put an end to it, until June, let's see, what's June 8th month? So the Friday before June 8th would be what? The 7th? The 5th?
5. Let me pull up a calendar real quick.
Yeah, June 5th. I'm just doing quickly. Anyone who texts me, who sees this video before that, so it's the 5th.
Yes.
So before the 5th of June, 2020, I got to be specific, 2020, will get what, Kelli? What?
Woo! You get, listen, you get
for the makeover.
Yes, you get a little spa goodie bag with an eyeshadow, glacier mud, lip balm, your 2 moisturizer and cleanser. And I think we're going to put a little serum sample in here. And what we're really wanting is on June the 8th for you to spa party with us. We're all going to do a virtual spa party. And if you have your little goodie bag, so as soon as you get it, I know it's going to be tempting. You're going to have to like tuck it away. You're going to have to like put it away. And then we're going to do a party together, and we're going to have such a fun, just a fun gathering of women and just celebrating ourselves and celebrating natural beauty. And you're going to see just how great your skin feels with natural products. So you're going to get a goodie bag. So we don't want anyone not being able to participate. So yay. You will get a goodie bag. All you have to do is text Lillian your address. She's going to text it to me, and we're going to send you one of these little goodie bags out. We're so excited.
That's right. And so what we're going to do is these cleansers and all the eyeshadow, or all the, all the stuff that you are going to be getting in this goodie bag, we're going to use that. And together we're going to experience Keep Me Safe Organics. That came from an error, which people weren't getting. It was going into their spam. It was getting it. So check it out. If you've purchased Keep Me Safe Organics in the past, all of you received this email. Every single one of you. Just a few people received it, or maybe looked into it, or passed this the scam. And so because of it, now it's even better. We are opening this not to just people who have purchased Keep Me Safe Organics, which, by the way, when you go to whenyouneedafriend.com, you are able to enter Lily10 and get 10% off your entire purchase. Not only are you going to be doing that, but this is what I'm going to ask you to do, because there's more than one way to skin a cat. You can go to you can go to the Keep Me Safe Organics website and enter Lily10, right? When they're in the final order, and you can go there, enter Lily10, and they'll know that you saw us here, and you will be a part of this. So anyone who orders and you just want to get some makeup, your foundation, just check them out. For now, you can go to, and Robert, can you check and see if my site is up? So anyway, just know that all of you, regardless of if we were hacked or not, you still have an opportunity to go to Keep Me Safe Organics. And what is your website? Because I always give them my website.
So you can go to keepmesafeworldwide.com.
Keepmesafeworldwide.com. And when you enter Lily10, they'll know. It's just as good as you going to my website and entering Lily10. Yes. So this is how wonderful, how wonderful it is to work with an organization where the owners, the founders, are intimately connected with their product. They know every hair on your head. That's the quote that comes from the Word of God. God knows every single hair on our head before we were formed. And that's what they've created. And I am just thrilled to be a part of this organization. And with that in mind, when we first started talking about what are we going to talk about today, I said, I want to talk about going from this fear cocoon to this butterfly, and look at how prophetic this is today.
Yes, for sure.
It's prophetic. And so with that in mind, I want to start with you, Rebecca. How many times have we been so fearful that we've missed out on opportunities to change our lives? So if you'd like to share a little bit of that thought, and by the way, I'm seeing all of you. Wonderful. For those of you, make sure you text me. That's how you're going to get it. You're going to have to text me your address. Text me your name, text me your address at 407-373-5959. If you're out of the country, This is for the United States residents only, right? You guys? This is for United States only. So I'm sorry. I don't mean to leave you guys out, but there's others when we do the ebooks and all that, you're included. But this time, this is for the United States only. 407-373-5959. If you cannot text because you've made a decision that you don't like texting or you can't text, then you can, if you're obviously watching me on Facebook or you're obviously watching me on YouTube, you can email me your address and your name at lily@whenyounneedafriend.com. Or you can IM me privately because I don't want people knowing your address. Come on. We don't want to expose you that way. So put your name and say, I am in. And all of you, everybody that declares that they want to change their body and change all the toxic chemicals in our body, you are getting a gift. And thank you, Keep Me Safe Organics, for your generosity. So go ahead, Rebecca.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I love that. And so, like, when you think about fear, I think fear is something, number one, that every single one of us has. And you do one of two things in fear. You either fail down, or you fail forward because of it. And so, like, I think back to when I was a little girl. I was in 3rd grade and I fell off of my bicycle and my patellar tendon snapped a piece of my joint. So I couldn't walk home. My big sister put my arm over her and helped carry me home the whole rest of the way. We got the x-rays. We ended up having surgery. And so now I'm in this cast. And I remember being at church and there were stairs at church. And I remember having the crutches and I was like, I'm not going to be able to go to Sunday school because I can't get up. So it was just like, I was just waiting for someone there to kind of like pick me up and take me up the stairs. But it was like, but what if, so there was that moment of fear. And in that moment, I was like, well, what if I could push myself up? Because I hadn't been taught how to climb stairs with crutches. And I was a little afraid, like, what if I fall again? What if I have to have another surgery? So there was all kind of fear in climbing this mountain, literally and figuratively. And so I just like pushed myself up. And it took me a long time to get up that first flight of stairs, but I did it. And I think that so many times in life, we're faced with that staircase that we don't know how to climb, but we know that we want to be at the top. And I encourage you, just like I encouraged myself, to really dig deep. And if there's something more that you want out of your life right now, I promise you there is more to life, and climbing that staircase is going to be worth it. You just can't sit there and wait for somebody to take you up. You have to grab life by the horns, because when you rope your fear and you really put a boundary around it and you say, you know what, I recognize this is what is happening, but I recognize that I will not succumb to this. And when you do that in any aspect of your life, I promise you, you will soar. It may not always be beautiful. It may not always be pretty, and it might not always be pain-free, but it will be worth it.
I love it. I love it. Very, 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 very much so appropriate for today. What about you, Kelli Bell?
So oh my God, Rebecca, that was so powerful. So there is a scripture, and this is what I think part of the core belief is. God says he works everything out for the good of
Romans
those
8.
who love him.
Mhm,
Yes.
Romans 8.
And so I just choose to believe that is 100% true. God works everything out. Now, a lot of times there's, been a lot of pain in my life. So I lost a father. For many of you who don't know, I've lost 3 stillborn babies in the 2nd trimester, which is pretty unusual. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, it's like, when anything truly, truly, truly bad happens, that could be earth shattering, where people kind of say, oh my gosh, this shouldn't be, or this can't be, or this could be the thing that takes me to this dark, dark place that I never recover from. The belief that I've always just leaned on, and it's just take God at his word. I work everything out for the good of those who love me. Well, God, I love you. And I know that you're working everything out for the good. It gives me chills just talking about it right now, but you work everything out for the good. Here we are. I mean, think about it today. My father died one of the most painful moments of my life 10 years ago. here we are today, and we have a company only because of his death was what made me question, why cancer? Why do some people get sick? That really, without that happening, we would not be here today, because cancer wouldn't have been in my wheelhouse. I wouldn't have had someone I love close to me die. Now, I've had other people die since my dad died. Good friends die of cancer, but it started me on the journey. So right, all of a sudden here, what is known to be true in my wheelhouse, God works everything out for the good. So here, this horrible event now has turned into the butterfly, right? The caterpillar that was in the dark place is now the butterfly, because now we have a beautiful business where we're helping women truly live a toxic, chemical-free lifestyle, because we don't want to ever, ever, ever see one person harmed by a product that we created, right? We don't feel like women should die to be beautiful. Same thing with my miscarriages. All of a sudden it's like, when I look back, I have 4 beautiful children. If the ones that made it, I wouldn't have the ones that are living today, right? Like if Sarah Bell came to the planet, I wouldn't have had Kelli Bell. And if I didn't have 2 miscarriages after Kelli Bell, I wouldn't have Lily Rose. So it's like when I look at it, God works everything out for the good of those who love him, right? Like everything out. And when I look at it, I think, oh my God, I got these 2 beautiful boys. And then I got these 2 beautiful girls, and they couldn't all be more different on the planet than anything. And it's like, God, you really gave me rainbow children. They are so different and so unique, and not one of them is similar in any way. Their personalities are so great. So I go back to that scripture. God works everything out for the good of those who love him. So no matter what comes my way, no matter what happens, no matter what life has to throw at me, I think there's just this belief that no matter what, no matter if, I'm making 6 and 7 figures, no matter if we're living in poverty, no matter where the road goes, God is going to work everything out for my good because I love him. And I think that's the belief and the mindset that has truly gotten me through what I would say most people would cripple them. But it's just this belief I have deep in my heart. And it's like, God says, test me on this. Trust me, my word stands true. And it's like, okay, Lord, you do. And it's amazing how he does. It just seems like that is the story of my life. He works everything out for the good of those who love him. And I love him, and I'm just following where he goes and what he does. And, this has just been such an incredible journey. And I look over my life, and it's like, God never promised me a pain-free life, but he promised he would be with me. And it's like, okay, Lord, knowing that you're with me all the days of my life, I can endure some pretty horrific things, but know that we are connected. And I think that's, for me, that's just, huge. So I work everything out for the good of those who love me. And I encourage you to take that belief on, right? Take that belief on, because you are going to go through horrific things. You are going to have life throw lemons at you. And it's like, truly, if you don't have a belief or something that's holding you, or like Rebecca said, the moment of the staircase, that you're like, okay, do I crumble? Do I not go? Do I sit here? Do I wait for someone to carry me? Or is this the moment where I'm like, I can do this? And I think that's what, with my belief set with, God works everything, right? The pandemic, he works everything. When you think about what we're going through, everything out for the good. Oh my God, that one scripture alone will change your life if you just put it on like my jacket. If you just put it on and say, this is the belief that I am going to stand on, come hell or high water, no matter what, he is working everything out for my good. And then it also will allow you to really have joy in the midst of craziness, in the midst of a horrible situation. You will have this inner joy because you know that this is not the final chapter. And I think that's so powerful when I really see like, oh my gosh, this is really, we're on the earth for but a moment in time, and this really isn't the final chapter. I think that really just gets me like fired up, and it's neat when the kids will say, we'll get to see grandpa again, or we'll get to see, and they really believe it in their little spirits. And it's like, it's, I don't know, it's just beautiful. It's like, oh my gosh, yes.
You're
yes.
absolutely right. And I want to add a story of the Bible, and it's one of my favorite. It's, I believe that everything is a growth opportunity. Even difficult times are more so growth opportunities. And when I'm a graduate of Bible Study Fellowship, for those of you who are BFSers, I resisted reading the Bible because I heard it my whole life and I thought I knew it. But the reality is, until you start reading God's word, you realize, ooh, that interpretation is not what I'm getting out of this right now. This is just perfect for right now, my time every day I can read the same scripture and every day I can get a different meaning. But I remember and I want to add to this, and it's belief without action is just thought. And so I wanted to share a story in the Bible, and since it's been a while since I read this particular story, but I'm going to kind of like paraphrase it so that the gist of the story is there. So if I give you the accuracy of how many years, I was like 36, 38 years, this paralytic man was sitting by the waters, the healing waters. And the idea was that when the bubble came up from the spring, that you would jump in, and the first one to jump in, or the people that jump in, would be healed. That was the belief, right? And so Jesus went to this area, and there was a paralytic man sitting on his mat just there. Now, Jesus knew everything about that person, but he went to that individual and said, "Do you want to be healed?" He didn't say, "You are healed, therefore you don't need to do a thing." God said, "Do you want to be healed?" And the man said, "Yes." Now, at that moment, he declared, "Yes, I want to be healed." But then Jesus said, "Then pick up your mat and walk." That, to me, is an example of what all of us need to do. It's not just our belief that there's a promise. It is the action of that belief, because first it's a thought, then it's a feeling, and then it's an action. So yes, Kelli, that is my favorite. Romans 8. I know that's a promise. I know that's a promise. And when things are not what I expect them to be, like right now, I'm living and churning in all of this. I'm saying, I know that this is going to be awesome. It's the only way to get through these setbacks. But as I had mentioned before in previous classes that we've done, a setback is an opportunity to step forward, for all of us to step forward. So what are we stepping forward to? We're going to start stepping forward on June 8th as we all experience Keep Me Safe Organics together for the first time. And this is also an opportunity to have your own business during this time. This is an opportunity for you to say, I want to create something here. I may be the only one in Florida, which I'm not, because I know I'm not, that is bringing Keep Me Safe Organics. So if there's a state that doesn't have Keep Me Safe Organics, you own that state. You get it started. You just share it with your friends. You just be a friend. There was a quote in a retreat. It's like, be a friend, make a friend, be a friend, bring that friend to Christ. That was the 3-step action. So be a friend, make a friend, be a friend, bring that person to Keep Me Safe Organics, because you will set those chemicals out of their body. And so with that in mind, I want all of you, and if you are interested in being a part of Keep Me Safe Organics, Kelli Bono, there are 3 different ways that you can be a part of this. One requires $1 or one penny?
1 cent.
1 cent. 1 cent. Because that's what is needed to create a transaction, 1 cent. So if you can handle that. The second one is what, $99?
$99.
And the other one is
$229.
$229.
Yep.
So
and you get your business for a year.
Who can start your business with a penny? Now, all of us, we have friends that say, "Ooh, what are you wearing? Where did you get that color?" Yes. And you just tell them, you send them to CVS, or you send them to Bell's, or you send them to wherever it is. And that's the end of the deal, right? But if you say, "Oh, I got my lip balm at Keep Me Safe Organics," you can go to Keep Me Safe Organics to my website, and now you get a commission for that. So you are an ambassador to help people understand that they're putting how many chemicals, and Rebecca, I don't mean to put you on the spot,
Yeah.
but how many chemicals potentially could be in a lipstick, which I always have lipstick. I could be the only, if you ever see me not wearing lipstick, put a chalk line around me because I am dead. So just know that I have worn so much chemical, petroleum, all that stuff in my lips.
Yes.
So Miss Rebecca Black, can you answer that question?
Yes, so you hit the nail on the head right there. So there's a lot of petroleum-based products, a lot of mineral oil-based products. And the big problem with those is that those can be laced with heavy metals somewhere along the line.
Red.
And so we work with beeswax and oils and micas that don't have we don't use any petroleum products in ours. But I mean, lead used to be in lipstick. I think there's trace amounts still in some major brands of lipstick. And, you know, I think that we're in a moment in time right now where jobs are literally evaporating. I read something a couple of weeks ago that said there are 25 million jobs that have evaporated. That means that there's 25 million people who do not and will not have a job to go to for the foreseeable future. So how can those people start to generate income on their own if they don't have a job to go to? Well, it's called stepping up, going up that staircase and realizing that you can take charge and you don't have to be dependent on the government assistance that they will allow you to have because your job has evaporated. You do have a choice and you can do it for as little as 1 penny today. You don't have to go lease a building. You don't have to buy a ton of inventory. You just have to be willing to be coachable. You have to be willing to talk, and you have to be loving and heart forward, heart centered, caring, loving. And that's really all it takes. And if you are willing to do that and you want to join a family of ladies all across the United States who have your back all hours of day and night, then we invite you on the journey with us. And we're really getting the party started on June 8th. I'm super excited about that. These little beauty bags are going to be going out all over the place.
Yes, but you need to claim it 407-373-5959 or lily@whenyouneedafriend.com. Go ahead, keep going. I mean,
Yes. No. Kelly, is there anything that you want to add to that? We started with ingredients and then I went down.
No, but you know what? It's so true. If we can get one person to switch out hundreds of chemicals over their course, thousands of chemicals over the course of their life, and you switch out with one lip balm, truly, when you think about it, all disease is more chemicals coming into the body, onto the skin, the largest organ. What you put on your skin gets absorbed in the bloodstream within 26 seconds. Mm-hmm. So when you realize disease is very simple, more chemicals coming in than the body can safely eliminate, disease will follow. So if we can save people, truly help people live a healthier, beautiful life, we can't cure, treat, prevent any disease, but knowing that we're helping the toxic burden and the toxic chemical overload go down to nothing when they start using natural lip balms, that we have just taken a family, maybe a woman that's put, 5,000 chemicals of lipstick on in her life, now go down to 0. How many more years have we added to her life? All of a sudden, the girl that couldn't get pregnant, all of a sudden, it's been amazing to see so many women start getting on natural products, and within a few months, guess what? They've got a baby, and they're like, what happened? Well, all of a sudden the chemical burden has just been released. And so knowing that we're helping women, we're helping families, we even have liquid hand soap. And oh my gosh, I was telling Rebecca, through this whole pandemic, our hands are silky smooth and soft. We have the best liquid hand soap. We're not experiencing any of the dryness that everybody's talking about. Our face isn't experiencing any of the craziness, even with the mask on, because we have some amazing skincare and serum. You're going to get some serum in your little bag. We have such an amazing opportunity and gift. So when I look at it, I'm like, who needs to really release some of the chemical burden? And that to me is what's exciting, is to know that, like you making a change, like one day you just saying, I'm going to change out a lip balm. And then all of a sudden your daughters now know about chemicals, and their daughters and their grandchildren and their grandchildren and their grandchildren. You have just like completely changed an entire generation by changing out one or two things, or letting someone know about chemicals, what they do, right? If someone would have told me about chemicals and what was happening and chemicals and burdens, and if I would have known Lillian, 12, 13 years ago, I believe my daddy would still be here today, right? No one talked to us about chemicals. We didn't know about chemicals. No one ever had the conversation with us. I remember once he got cancer, we had a sweet, sweet friend come over and give us cleaning products that were clean to take to the hospital. So that way he wasn't breathing in bleach and smelling all the Clorox, right? Like that was a big deal. And we took those products, they were like gold, but it stopped at products. They never went into what we put in our mouth, what we put on our skin. We never heard of it. I never heard of any of that until after my dad passed. I just beg you, don't be one of those that has to learn after the fact, right? What can you change today? So you're going to live longer. So your children are going to live longer. So their children are going to live longer. So all of a sudden, babies that wouldn't have been born are now going to be born because you made a shift today. When you think about it like that, oh my God, it gives me chills. And so that's really the mission that we're on. And we invite you, we beg you. We also are such a small ground floor level. We have, I think, a total in 3 years, we've only had 700 advocates ever come through Keep Me Safe. We have about maybe 450 advocates right now. So at the end of the day, you are literally starting something like literally that is ground floor, and you have the opportunity to build an income beyond your wildest dreams. So the time is here, the moment's here, and we are so excited, and we invite you and say, we need you. We want to lock arms with you, and we want to run a beautiful race with you. And we want to do it by one product at a time, one woman at a time, one household at a time. Okay. So did I
yeah, that's great. That's great. So now let's shift. Because, let's talk about real quick. Okay, write this down. We're going to shift in a second. I do want to acknowledge my sponsors. You were talking about cancer, and one of my sponsors is NORI, it stands for Nutritional Oncology Research Institute. You might be really interested in this. One of the products that I've been using is their CBD. So it's NORI. And this is no, this is not the one. This one is for inflammation. It's Boswellia. But the other one I put in my smoothie, which is the sprouts, the broccoli sprouts and radish sprouts. I've been putting it in my smoothies because it's expensive to buy sprouts. But this, you can just put a tablet or two, or it's sublingual. There's so many products. Like now I'm using my iodine by NORI. And so there's so many, and you can get some discounts too. Again, whenever the site is up, I hope you subscribe, because there's lots of different discounts that you can get. Of course, there's first alternative care, telemedicine. More than ever before, we need to take care of our family. Now, make sure that you go through my website to get the telemedicine, because those are different ways that you help support the classroom as well. Because I don't make any money in these affiliate sponsors unless you decide that you want to sponsor, go through my site as well. The pharmacy in Merritt Island, they're taking a stand with the classroom and saying, we believe that, taking a pill is not necessarily what's best for you. So they take things and they put them in compounds. So that way it goes into your skin and it bypasses your gut or your liver or and so the pharmacy in Merritt Island, just tell them that Lily sent you and you get 20% off, or just call them, have them ship it to you. I don't know if there's some rules about that. Live Longer Medical in Indy, Atlantic, Florida, making you as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside. And of course, the other affiliate programs that I have are Ground Therapy, which is, we need to get grounded in more than one way. And this is grounding indoors, not just outdoors. And Brain Tap. Yesterday, Dr. Patrick Porter was in the classroom, and we have a strong believer in Brain Tap, completely girl on fire, Miss Kelli Bono, and she can share if she wants to share about Brain Tap and how it's changed her life. And then, of course, Keep Me Safe Organics. Mention my name, Lily10, and you will get 10% off your entire purchase. And that is my gift to you. So, Kelli, do you want to say anything about Brain Tap?
Yes, I love it. So Brain Tap is so powerful. And I'll tell you why, because my field is in counseling. That's what I was, family and marriage therapy, counseling. So truly to have a system like this that has the light therapy and the audio, and it's really working with disconnecting, like breaking up bad habits and bad patterns in your brain. So for me, it really goes on so many levels. And it's so amazing when I put that headset on, everything in my body just like relaxes. And it's just like this, oh my God, I just totally feel like I'm connecting with God. I just feel like the presence of God is just all over me. So I love it. Yes, I can get addicted. The kids are addicted. We're all addicted. We're all fighting over the headset.
Awesome. Well, it was so nice. We've learned so much yesterday with Patrick Porter. He is an amazing, as real as you get, human being. And so are Kelli and Rebecca Bono, Rebecca Black, Kelli Bono, Rebecca Black. Here I am marrying you guys. I'm marrying you guys. Okay. So I just want to make sure that you support the classroom the way that these sponsors are supporting the classroom, support them as though they're supporting the classroom. And I also want you, if you want to become an enrolled student, more than ever before, I need the financial support to come in and help us grow. We have got to get this message out, a message of responsibility. That means if you hear it, you verify it, because if it's proven, if you can prove it and verify it outside of the social media, go to PubMed, go to the places where they're publishing all this information. So make sure that you subscribe and follow me on social media, but subscribe on YouTube. And also go to BitChute, because we're not live on BitChute, but you never know in the future what will happen if we are censored to the point where we can no longer speak truth that you need to know. And so with that in mind, just know that you can become an enrolled student and give you, whether it's $1 or $1,000 a month, give of your time, your talent, your treasure. And how do you give with your talent, your treasure, your time is by spreading, having all your friends find out about the classroom. We have got to make this grow, because everything, all the algorithms is pushing the classroom down and down and down. So we have got to rise above. I am #99. So Kelli, let's talk about if somebody is interested in saying, I am done being fearful. I know I was created for more. I want to start my own business. Maybe I can do it as a side and then work my way up as my sole business. What do you recommend for them?
So if you really, right now, if you are not, someone tried to call in, but I have it on Do Not Disturb. So once again, we're being hacked.
Who did that?
So if you are, in a place, this is, we have a good, better, and best option. If you are in a place where you can do the best option, the $229 kit comes with over $600 of product. It also comes with your entire website for a year. That is really, it doesn't get better than that. So I would say come in with the best option. The better option, of course, is the $99. You get about $300 worth of products. You get all of the body products. And then after 30 days, your website is $8.95 to maintain. It's not blood. You know what I mean?
Who has that kind of rent? $8.
Nobody
has that kind of
You can't even get a website up for that. You can't even pay GoDaddy for, that much, to keep everything going. Yeah. And then if you truly are on hard times, I know that there are people that are truly on hard times, come in for 1 cent. We have such a simple, easy, duplicatable system that this is not hard. I promise you, you can build an empire with 20 to 40 minutes a day. It is not hard. It's not rocket science, but at least come into the family, join in, and have an opportunity. And listen, every day, just like Rebecca, you're going to have to decide, I got to take a step. I got to take another step. I got to take another step. And, sometimes when you look back, empires don't just go up overnight, right? People all think, oh my God, I want to sign up today and be rich tomorrow. No, but what you can do is you can sign up today and in a few years look back and you probably have a comma in your check, you probably have close to 6 figures because you did daily action steps daily. It's like, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. And our system is so simple and so easy. So I encourage you to come in for that 1 cent. If you're truly hurting and you need a viable business, that is a great way to come in. So you're going to want to go to Lillian's website. If you are hearing about us from Lillian, you want to go to Lillian's website. The Lily 10 is the code. And you're going to go and you're just going to kind of join. And there's going to be a join link right up on top where it says, across the sidebar, join is one of the tabs. You click the join and then it gives you your 3 options. And then you just kind of go through the enrollment. It's pretty simple. Rebecca, do you have anything to add? Rebecca's really good with step-by-step.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go to Lillian's site directly, because whenyounneedafriend.com is down, you can go to my.keepmesafeworldwide.com/Lillian, Lillian.
Thank you for that.
Directly to Lillian's website. If you are doing that from your phone, if you have it in this mode, if you'll just turn it to the side and then you'll see the word join right there. You just click that. It auto populates all of Lillian's information so we know who sent you, and then you'll be able to choose from the options right there. But when you think about starting something new, and even if you go with the best option, which is $229, where can
like
you start
$600 worth of makeup
for $229 with $600 worth of makeup that you can instantly start? You can instantly start selling that. You can start getting people samples. You can start sending stuff out, and you really have a turnkey business. You get plugged into our weekly goal trainings. We're very support oriented. So you really don't have any other options. But again, that website directly to Lillian is my.keepmesafeworldwide.com/Lillian, Lillian.
Is that a forward slash?
It's whichever one this one is.
I love it. It's this one, not that one.
Yeah.
But not this one.
Listen,
it's this one.
It's not the one that's under the delete key. It's the one that's by the shift key with the question mark on it.
That's the forward slash. Thank you so much for that visual. This is, what I love about these ladies, and I've had the privilege of sharing a room with them. We're like this. Honest to goodness. I know. I miss you guys. I miss you guys. And this is a family. And I love the fact that they love all of us. They pour love onto us. And that's where we want to be. There's so much acid pouring in corporations, and there's acid pouring in so many other places. And, when you're talking to somebody that's giving you trash about somebody else, just make a mental note. They're seeing in them who they are. So this person who's bringing trash, there's a Spanish expression, el que lleva, trae. That means whoever brings, takes. So if I am bringing you gossip, I'm going to take that gossip somewhere else. So be aware. What you think is true is not necessarily true. Be a free thinker. And that's what I love about Keep Me Safe Organics. They are creating something different and new. Things that weren't taught to them, they learned from reading and listening to a new truth. And that's what I want to encourage all of you to do. We have a little tutorial. Do we have a little tutorial, or we're just going to gab after with the teacher's pets?
We're just going to gab after with the teacher's pets.
Okay. So 407-373-5959. And I was joking with Rebecca. I said, we're going to teach everybody how to put on their lipstick without their lip balm, without a mirror. That's our tutorial again. On a pinch, on the fly. But really, truly, I want you guys to join us on June 8th, 407-373-5959. And claim it, declare it, that you want your body to be toxin free, organic, that it's going to be chemical, synthetic free, and that you're going to allow, it's like filling up a tub full of mud and not pulling the drain and just adding water and all your muddy water, you got to pull that drain and allow that mud to leave, because eventually the water will be clear in the tub, and that's what happens. And so with that in mind, ladies, I am so honored. And by the way, Lisa Geyer says, tell the girls they are doing a wonderful job, and remember that creating healthy skin from the inside out, and as you clean up the gut, you clean up your skin. And so thank you so much. We're going to continue our conversation. If you're watching us on or listening to us on podcast, just know we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Please remember, we'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com, because we are going up. We are going up. This is Lillian McDermott, Rebecca Black, and Kelli Bono wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever. That's the best ever, ladies.
The opinions and advice expressed on the Lillian McDermott radio show are intended for the individual callers and guests on the program and are presented to our wider audience solely for general educational purposes. Please act responsibly and consult personally with your own medical, psychological, or nutritional expert before taking any steps to improve your life.
This is the time that we get to be girly girls or guily guys or whatever, whoever's watching you. We can't see who's watching unless you give us a thumbs up or a love or a share, whatever. When you write on there, we know you are declaring. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Fern. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Deidre. Thank you, all of you, for joining in the classroom. And if you joined in today and you didn't declare that you were in the classroom, let's declare it. Let's create something different and new for ourselves as we come out of this cocoon and fear and all of that. And remember that nothing good comes from fear. Mm-hmm. No decision made from fear. Anybody said, oh, I love that decision. There is intuition, but intuition that is rooted in fear doesn't work. You've got to be about love. As a matter of fact, believe it or not, for my birthday, I got this blouse. This is a blouse, and this is the first time I get to wear my blouse. Let me just share my little blouse here.
It's gorgeous.
But let me tell you, today of all days, that, I'm the type of person that when things happen, I'm on reaction. I am like no time to emote. It is time to think outside the box. When I tell you, I spent an hour and a half with the people from GoDaddy telling them, no, that is not the answer. No. And poor Myrna, I texted Myrna last night and I said, Myrna, can you please tell me if you can bring up my website? She said, nope. And I said, okay. And he was like taking it personal. Like, you don't believe me? I am credentialed and I have no, I said, listen, if it were just me who couldn't open my website, I would say you're right. But it doesn't make sense, just like other things in my life don't make sense. And I'm not going to go with the flow just because it makes sense. Well, this morning, I went to bed last night and I had to brain tap big time because I knew I was too wound up at 11 o'clock at night when I finally stopped, with this person. Actually, it was 11:30 by the time I got to bed. And I knew that I had these beautiful ladies to be at my 100%. And this morning, I chose this blouse. It was one of the blouses that I got for my birthday or my anniversary. And by the way, you guys did a fabulous job on that video. And when I started taking off the tags, this is what was on there.
I love that.
I love that.
And I am not going to throw this tag away.
No.
Because that is what good decisions are founded on. Mm-hmm. Good decisions. And when I met Kelli and Rebecca, I knew that my relationship would be founded in love. Mm-hmm. And so that is what it's all about. And I couldn't throw this away. I have never kept the tag. I have never kept a tag. And, we don't script anything in the classroom. The experts come on, they know this stuff. So anybody who says, send me some questions, no, there are no questions. I got the questions in my heart. I've done the research. Don't get me wrong. I have a template that I have like ideas. I don't have questions so much as, so coming into today, there was a lot in me that had not come out. So again, thank you for saying I don't need to apologize for emoting, but I love being professional, and it's about being professional and keeping it safe, right? So I want all of us to make a decision. We have so much more to gain by saying, hey, where did you get that? Oh, you can go to this place, and now you're making, even with a penny, this is like a referral fee, a founder's fee, and you continue. As long as they make that purchase off of your website, you continue to make that money, right, Kelli? I see you. You have muted yourself, Kelli, and I need to.
I did. I heard somebody come in. So you make 30% off everything you sell every time you sell it, and I love it because unlike going to get a cell phone or going to get somewhere else or going to get a commission someplace else, after you get a phone, the guy gets paid and then he's out of business again. With this, when you build customers, people love these products. When people get on our skincare, they don't get off. They love it. So every time that person orders through your website, your store, your online shopping center, you get paid every single time. It is brilliant. It's beautiful. And our dream really is to see women get set free financially. I mean, that's what, through good products, and to feel good about what they're doing on the planet. And so I can't think of a better cause. I can't think of a better way to really go out and change people's life, but to help them clear out the chemicals, get paid for doing it, have fun building a team, and build their dreams along the way.
And I want to add something to that. For our event on June 8th, I want for women and men, because,
Yes.
good skin is for men and women. And so let us know if a man's going to be there too. We don't want to exclude a man because, men do have lots of chemicals they put on their face when they're shaving and when they're doing all these things. But I want you to also invite your young girls, your children, to experience this cleansing. And if you are going to have, your kid, just let me know. Maybe we can put in a little extra sample of a cleanser and the moisturizer. There's plenty in the cleanser, but you may want to just let me know, because we need to start. The way to change food addictions and misinformation about food, addictions, smoking, all the addictions that are out there, is to teach our children from day one the truth. Not that we were lied to intentionally, is that these lies have gone on for hundreds of years. Misunderstandings. These are new truths that we are going to, Rebecca and Kelli are generational pattern shifters. That means this ends with my generation and it'll shift for the generations to come. Because you see this, it's not that diabetes runs in the family, it's the recipes that have been handed from generation to the generation. That's what gives you diabetes. That's what we inherit, are the family recipes. So if you become a generational pattern shifter, then you say, after my generation, they learned the truth. They learned about cleansers and they learned about beauty and all of that. So Kelli, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
No, I just love how you said that, because it matters. And I think that's one of the biggest things that people don't really, what does a lip balm matter? What does a lipstick matter? What does an eyeshadow matter? And it's like, well, when you think of putting that eyeshadow or that lipstick or the shampoo with formaldehyde, and I don't know if you've ever smelled formaldehyde, it is ungodly. I mean,
biology.
I lost a baby, and I remember saying, I want that baby. And then they gave it to me in formaldehyde, and it was I didn't know. I was young. You know what I mean? I just wanted to see if it was a boy or girl. Like that was important to me. And I remember the guy giving me gloves and a mask, and he, you know, and I was like, why are you giving me? He's like, well, it's in formaldehyde. When you open that container, and it was just a little baby with the container, it smelled the entire room. I mean, it was like, oh my God, this like, I probably lost years of my life just smelling that smell, and you will never get a smell like that out of your brain. So when you automatically are putting that on a daily basis, like every day it's in your shampoo, that's going into your brain. And then all of a sudden we're wondering why we're forgetting things, why we have dementia, why we have Alzheimer's, why all of a sudden things aren't lining up, why we're foggy. And it's like, oh my gosh, you know, and it's like compounding, because think about it. Everything that you do that's compounding, it's not you putting on the lipstick one time. It's like, how many times have you put on the lipstick? How many times have you washed with the shampoo? How many times have you breathed in the crap? How many times are you putting the food in your mouth that are filled with toxins? And then you expect to be filled with joy, happiness, excitement, life, right? You can't put crap in and expect this beautiful shift to happen and you to feel amazing. And so that's truly what it does. It does matter. It does make a difference. And I think by telling yourself anything else, you're kind of buying into a lie, because it does matter. If I put on a toxic product for 20 years and to think that it's not going to have any effect on the way that I think, the way that I feel, the way that my body is responding, I'm kind of like, it's a little like off thinking. So it does matter. It matters so much. And I'm so grateful for your classroom that you really educate, you know, and I'm so glad that we're able to be here to educate on it matters.
Yeah, I'm a student in the classroom, and I'm going to continue. That's another thing I say. There are two things that you can put a chalk line around me. One of them is if you hear anyone say, I'm done, I know it all, I don't need to learn anything else. Or if you find me without lipstick out on the street, put a chalk line around me because I'm dead. So those are things. I also want to add to something that you said, Kelli, that's very important. You mentioned dementia and putting, that was just like a visual that I had that I need to share. This classroom, it started off as a show. That's why it has the radio show. It started off as a radio show. I cannot take that away. That's how the show began. It was a radio show. And somewhere along the way, I started learning and growing. And it was after I was challenged to go raw vegan for 1 month. That was it. And after 4 days, I felt so wonderful. But here's the deal. I didn't feel bad. I didn't know I could feel better. So that's the lie. That's the lie that we feed into. So that made me say, wow, if I've been lied to about food, if food is that powerful, what else is out there? And that's when the classroom began. So here's the deal. To expand on what Kelli said with the formaldehyde, that was a great visual. And there's other products as well. There's deodorants and all those different things that have aluminum, which is also, by the way, in vaccines. There's mercury in vaccines. Well, they have studied the brain. And the only way you know if a person has true dementia is when they die and they slice the brain. I hate to give you this visual, but coming after Kelli's visual, I just want to nail the visual here. That when you slice the brain, that's how they know that you truly have dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever. But here's the deal. They've discovered that only 30% of people diagnosed with dementia have dementia. What does that mean? That means 70% of people have something else. But nobody is researching what is that something else. That something else, formaldehyde, that visual in the brain, Kelli, aluminum in our bodies, we're putting aluminum all over, we're spraying all these fragrances. And so that brain cannot handle the overload. And it starts determining when to shut down. And yesterday we talked about that in the classroom with Dr. Patrick Porter. So with that in mind, I just want you to have that visual that 70% of people that are diagnosed with dementia, Alzheimer, you better start cleaning out your act so that you can help that not progress. And so with that, Rebecca, you are also a chemicals geek. You know about chemicals and compounds. So what would you like to say about that?
Yeah, I would like to say in losing two grandparents to Alzheimer's, that is probably like one of the most tragic things to watch. But it essentially is that your brain forgets to tell your heart to beat. It forgets to tell your lungs to breathe, to fill up with air. It forgets to tell your body how to swallow the food that you need. And so you can be perfectly healthy and your brain is not functioning properly. And so that's something else. Could be something as simple as this chemical overload, this toxic chemical. Let's qualify that, because even water is a chemical. Okay.
Yeah.
Water is a chemical compound. So
and they add fluoride and chlorine to that.
Yes. And so let's talk about toxic chemicals. When you start putting those on your skin, they go into your bloodstream. Your bloodstream circulates where? Throughout your entire body. It goes through your brain, okay? And then whenever it goes in there, your brain does all these little fires, all of these little electrical impulses. That is how everything in your body works. Your brain is the computer for all that, and it's constantly firing, telling your body to do all of these things. I personally believe that when you put stuff on that interferes with how your brain fires like that, that's where the disruption comes in. And that is why we are so passionate about getting people to just, if you'll just change one thing. Lillian, I think you jumped off the deep end when you did the raw vegan for a month. I mean, like, that's not one thing. That's
I could do anything for 1 month. Bring it.
Turn this life upside down kind of thing. But but you began to feel better. You began to feel more clarity, more energy. And that's because your body, and being the raw vegan, you're only eating organic, minimally processed fruits and vegetables, beans, and stuff like that.
And
so
the nutritarian,
your body is getting the nutrients that it needs to properly function. And so that's kind of how it all comes together. What we put on here, what we put in here, what we put here, what we put here, it all matters. It all comes together and it all compounds, just like Kelli said. It's not about putting that one lipstick on. It's about putting that lipstick on and shampooing your hair with that and washing your body with that beautiful, super lathery, thing.
That's designed to dry your skin.
That's designed to dry your skin. So then you need a lotion. And it's the compounding of all of those things is where the major problem sets in. And so if you can make a decision, and that is kind of part of the bridge that we feel, is that we want you to make a decision to change at least one thing you put on your skin on a daily basis. One thing. And start there. Start small. Take the first step before you climb the mountain.
That's right. That's right. And so with that, we certainly didn't teach you how to, and you may want to still teach everybody how to apply their lip balm without a mirror. But before you do that, I want to acknowledge Myrna. Myrna, thank you so much for, I didn't mean to ignore you on YouTube. I'm glad that you jumped in on Facebook. It's just a habit because we've been doing Facebook now for a year or so. So thank you, Myrna. She was the one that in Oregon said, I can't see your website either. So thank you, Myrna. I hope that you will join us in the on June 8th. I want all of you, you've got to RSVP by giving me your address. You don't necessarily have to be a part of but I do want as many people to be on there. Invite your friends, invite your relatives. We're all going to Zoom in. We can have up to 100 people on Zoom on my account. And so we want everybody to come in, and then we're going to have these two beautiful ladies guide us on how to cleanse our skin, some of the truths about chemicals. And by the way, I normally have the 10 ingredients. Do you have any of you have that? Because I'd love for you guys to
if I can go grab it,
go ahead and do that. And so I would want all of you to either text me at 407-373-5959, or you can email me at lily@whenyouneedafriend.com. Now you can participate in the makeover, the virtual makeover anywhere around the world, and maybe learn some things about chemicals but we won't be able to send you Keep Me Safe Organics unless you have a license. And then there's just reach out to me if you're interested, because there are ways that you can become a distributor or an advocate or a affiliate if you want to, but you just need to call me and then we can talk about that, because there are more than one ways to skin that cat. So if bare minimum, go a little bit closer, Kelli, because this is going to arrive in your package too. These are chemicals that I want to challenge all of you to check out any of. Can you read them out real quick, Kelli?
Yes.
So that I can write them down.
Yep. So there's parabens, or any ingredient ending in paraben, and it's a hormone disruptor, has been found in breast cancer cells. It's prevalent in lotions, shampoos, shaving creams, sunscreens, makeups, and baby wash. Mineral oil. Yes.
Get them while they're young. Yeah.
Yep. Mineral oil. It's a byproduct of the petroleum industry, clogs pores, and not beneficial for skin. This is a big one. Methylchlorozonal allergens harmful to the nervous system. PEGs and items ending in eth or TEA, and dioxane. Allergens, toxic contaminants linked to cancer. Prevalent in shampoos, hairsprays, skin creams, sunscreens, and baby soaps. So linked to cancer, and we're putting it on our babies, and then we're wondering why our babies are no longer healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sodium lauryl sulfate, skin damage or reaction, toxic contaminant found in shampoos, hair detanglers, body sprays, lotions, and liquid soap. Triclosan and triclarabon, damage to the environment, thyroid disruptor, skin irritant, and dryness, prevalent in antibacterial soaps and hand sanitizers. So thyroid disruptor. Fragrances that are not specifically marked phthalate free. Many fragrances contain formaldehyde and phthalates. Companies have the choice to use safer ingredients that do not contain these toxins. They do. It's just called more expensive. And when if they could not pay hardly anything, or they could pay, more dollars, it affects the bottom line. So a lot of them don't choose to use phthalate free. Formaldehyde and ammonia and diabenzine, toxic to humans, found in nail polish remover, hair dryers, and perfumes. So a lot of times when we spray that perfume, we're spraying that formaldehyde. Oxybenzone and cinemates may damage cell protein and DNA and disrupt hormones. So this is a big offense because it's disrupting the DNA. Found in variety of sunscreen lotions and sunscreen sprayed, marked specifically for use of children. So that sunscreen that everybody's lathering on has a lot of oxybenzone and cinemates, and it's disrupting the DNA, and your children will never have the same DNA cellular structure again. That is a huge offense. Glycolic, AHA, and BHA acids cause increased photosensitivity, irritation, redness, and possible permanent damage. Prevalent in trendy anti-aging creams, serums, and pills. Use in moderation. You will get this card with all of your products. It'll come like this. Boop, boop, boop. So, and this is what I would say. This little card will save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in probably medical and everything else. If all of a sudden you're at your hair salon and they're trying to tell you this trendy shampoo or it's going to do amazing, you pull out your card and you say, okay, it's got 4 of these ingredients. Is it worth that product? Is the $30 that I'm fixing to spend on that, is that worth these outcomes? Yeah. And this is what truly, truly, truly changed my life, because all of a sudden I went from a consumer of everything that everybody would tell me. I heard from Cindy Crawford about a melon, and I bought the melon.
I did too.
and then I saw once I learned about these products, and I saw the melon had all of some of this stuff in it. And I'm like, whoa, the natural melon isn't so natural, right? Because now I was educated. And that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to educate each and every person, because when you have this, and now you are no longer at what a label says. You're no longer at what other people says. All of a sudden you can see it for yourself and you're like, oh my gosh, why am I purchasing, whether it costs $1 at the dollar store or it costs $1,000 at a high-end retail spa or salon. Why am I going to spend my money on a $1 product or $1,000 product if it's going to cause like me harm? And when I realized that, it was like, oh my gosh, people need to be paying me to be a guinea pig to try their crap and their toxic products that here they're trying to poison me and my children from day one. Like, as you said, day one in the hospital, your children, believe me, are getting
they get a shot day one that if I read the ingredients, people would go, well, this is shot that they get on day one is for people that are IV drug users, that have, it's a hepatitis B shot, that are people that are sexually promiscuous. Why they give it to an infant is, I don't know. So please, please, please be outside, critical thinking. Now, thank you so much for that, Kelli. And I know, Rebecca, you went out and you got your shampoo. Do you want to read some of these ingredients?
I did, because like what Kelli just read there. So the second ingredient here. Okay,
So the higher it is in the ingredient list, the more it has.
The second ingredient here is sodium lauryl sulfate. The third ingredient is sodium lauryl sulfate. There's fragrance right there. There is the formaldehyde right there. And so we've got 3 of the ingredients right there. And this is a major brand. The packaging is beautiful. It is catchy, but it is laced with known human carcinogens and endocrine disruptors. And endocrine disruptor sounds like nothing until you realize it could be the thing that is causing your PCOS. It could be the thing that is causing you to not be able to get pregnant. It could be the thing that is causing you to have severe menstrual cramps. It could be the thing that is causing your little boys to have gynecomastia, the breast tissue underneath in their breast area. Whenever you realize that that's what the endocrine system controls, then it doesn't matter how pretty this bottle is or how good it smells. You're like, I think I'm going to skip washing my hair instead of using this.
You know, and I want to specify here that you're a researcher. And you did not buy that to give that to your guests. You did not buy that for yourself. You bought that for research, product, and all that, because I'm sure if you go to your homes and you go to your businesses, you'll find a lot of things that are being done today, but you are learning, because we're all students, we are all teachers, and we're constantly learning. And the moment we think we know it all, again, put a chalk line around you, because you are dead. The moment you think that you know it, that is the danger zone. And so I want to encourage all of you. I think this is a much better conversation than showing people how to apply, although applying your lipstick and your lip balm without a mirror is essential. But this information, show them how you do it.
It's like this. 2, 3.
Bam! That's how you do it without a mirror. But please understand that we're about change. And you know what? This bracelet, you guys see me wear this a lot. You know, it's about be the change. I don't know where I got this, but I found it. I was cleaning out my closet, and it was in a bag, and I must have received it as a goodie bag, or, in a, like a swag bag or whatever. But can you believe that? That's what we need to be about. And of course, I wear the stones, and this one has this big heart. You'll see me wearing a lot of hearts, which is a reminder that we are about love. We need to be about love. And so with that in mind, choose love, not fear. And I look forward to seeing all of you on June 8th. Please declare it. Let us know that you're going to be there so we can make room for you and send you your little goodie bag. Whether you can make it or not, please declare it. We'll send you the goodie bag. Any final words, girls? ladies?
We love you. We love you. And thank you so much for all that you do. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so
Always
goodbye,
a
guys.